Masked men, violent drug busts, and thousands murdered. Sounds like an episode from Narcos, right? But it isn't. This human rights crisis is happening in the Philippines.
I will kill it. I will take the law into my own hands.
It's been a bloody year and a half in the Philippines. The country took on a 5-month-long militant insurgency and is fighting a violent war on drugs. And this man is at the center of it all.
There's a 3 million drug addict. I'd be happy to slaughter him.
When Rodrigo Duterte ran for the presidency in 2016, he promised to eradicate the country's drug problem. And when he won in June 2016, his war began.
My campaign against drug will not stop until the last pusher and the last drug lord are...
The Philippines has been facing a massive drug epidemic, with millions of addicts, a growing methamphetamine crisis, and drug-related crimes wreaking havoc throughout the country. So when Duterte ran for office, his promise to fight drugs was welcomed by many Filipinos.
I will not allow these idiots to run the show. Not during my watch.
But the self-proclaimed killer strategy is brutal. He's threatened to kill everybody involved in drugs and has given police and civilians the green light to kill anyone they know is either a seller or user. As soon as Duterte came to power, hundreds of dead bodies, including children, started appearing on the streets, with signs beside them saying drug pusher, user, or rapist. Masked men and police are reportedly going around gunning down people who they suspect are involved in drugs. Some of the bodies show signs of torture and suffocation, and some witnesses say people were being slaughtered like animals. But many families say their relatives were murdered despite having no connection to drugs. Police reportedly execute suspects and plant drugs on them before taking their photographs. In total, almost 14,000 people have been killed since Duterte's anti-drug war kicked off. Roughly 4,000 of those were killed by police, and thousands of other murders remain unsolved.
Makapatay lang tayo ng mga another 32 every day, then maybe we can reduce the what ails this country.
And even though execution for drug-related offences is a violation of international law, not a single police officer has been held to account for any of the crimes committed. Sounds horrible, right? But to many, the violent nature of Duterte's war on drugs didn't come as a surprise.
Ngayon, kung ako ang i-demanda ninyong patayan, i-demanda ninyo ako para patayin ko rin kayo.
During his time as mayor of Davao, Duterte sanctioned death squads and ordered executions and was subsequently dubbed the Punisher. So it was predictable to many how he would wage a war on drugs once president. Human rights groups question the effectiveness of Duterte's violent anti-drug campaign and are worried that it has turned the country into an even more dangerous place. But aside from human rights groups and the EU, Duterte has received little to no international condemnation against his wrongdoing.
I really don't give
The 72-year-old does have one fan in the West.
Rodrigo, I would like to commend you on your success.
Duterte might be a self-proclaimed killer and human rights disaster, but he's just following through with what he said he would do if elected. Millions of people in the Philippines continue to support him and his anti-drug war, and regard him as a man of action who's more committed to the country than any past leader. Many reportedly even feel safer under his watch, and don't mind that he's using excessive force to cleanse the country of drugs.
I do not have any master except the Filipino people.
So, is Duterte's war on drugs saving the Philippines or only driving it towards more chaos?